You're not, are you? Piece of shit. Live stream offline, I swear to God. It's not. It's all just YouTube. It's basically just broken by the looks of things. So that's good. Anyway, look, we're live on Threshold, as far as I know, guys. So sorry about that. It's all a terrible palaver. So I'll restart with the Trump impression. Lot of lies from the fake news media, from the Lad Bible, the Metro. Lot of lies. Guy, look. Anyway, fucking hell, guys, what a palaver. And now it says fucking smorgasbord on the thing. I mean, that's a thing of the past. That'll be gone in a couple of days, so we don't have to worry about that anymore. I mean, just I try my best, you know. I really do. And I was never blessed with what one might call intelligence or talent, you know. Oh, look, it's back on YouTube now, apparently. Yeah, that's there. I don't know what's going on. It doesn't make any fucking sense at all. I've given up. I've given up on trying to understand this world. I've given up on trying to understand technology. I've given up on trying to understand women. No, I'm joking. I understand intimately what women want. I understand their needs. I understand their ambitions. I understand their hopes, their fears, their dreams. That's why I'm a male feminist. That's why I give them back rubs in the office. That's why I ask if everything's all right at home. That's why I wear a "This is what a feminist looks like" t-shirt. You know, because I'm for the girls. Sure, I have sex with them and then never text them back. Sure, we all do. But, you know, that it's their choice I always get consent before ghosting a young lady. I say, darling. I say, baby, 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 baby. Baby, 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 baby. I say, speaking as a... Whenever I speak to a woman, I always prefix my statements with speaking as a male feminist. So they know that I understand the struggle. You know, they know that I understand the plight of the modern woman and, you know, everything that women have been through over the years. And I feel their pain. I take their pain onto my shoulders. I say, speaking as a male feminist, would you mind if I slept with you and then never called you again? I never replied to any of your messages. I promised you the world. I promised to have your name in lights. I promised to make you a star, a celebrity. I promised you everything. I promised you marriage. I promised you children. I promised you riches beyond your wildest dreams. But then never text you back. Would that be okay? Would it be okay if I read you some Bukowski? Speaking as a male feminist, of course. Read you some Bukowski. And then never texted you back. Would that be okay? Would it be okay if I texted you at 2 o'clock in the morning to ask you if you were up, after not having spoken to you in 3 months, after 4 unreturned text messages that you had sent me earlier in the year? Would that be okay to say, sorry, I was just going through some stuff, you know? I was just going through some stuff and, you know, I had a dream about you last night. That's a fucking blag. I was talking to Rosie. And she said, she was like, it's fuckboy season. I got 4 fuckboy messages the other day. One gave the old, oh, I had a dream about you last night routine, which is the biggest blag ever. Girls, do not be sold on that one. Jesus Christ. The dream, I haven't spoken to you in 3 months. I didn't return your last 4 messages. But I had a dream about you last night. Huh. All right, yeah. What was going on there? Oh, you just you look great. You know, we should meet up sometime. Oh yeah, should we? You fucking cuck. Anyway, guys, it looks like we're on now. Looks like we're back. I don't know what's going on. It's all chaos. It's all chaos. It's the end of the world. We'll all be dead in a few years. Anyway, so it doesn't really matter. You know, if what Extinction Rebellion say is true, the world is very literally on fire, and I mean actually, like, you know, burning, like, you know, like the fires in the Hollywood Hills, like that. Basically, the whole world just on fire. It's fine. So we're all going to die anyway. Why does anything matter? Look, I guess we're fucking hell. What a disastrous start to the show, but that's just the life I chose. You knew what you were in for. No one has been under any illusions as to the professionalism of this show and, as a consequence, radio station. I learnt from the best. I learnt from Cy Twitty. I based the model of this station on Trickstar. They go with the model of the play buttons on the CDJs don't work, but we are going to give the studio a new lick of paint. Some might call it polishing the brass on the Titanic. I was bantering with Twids about this yesterday, and he said, "You know what? I'll tell you a story, and you're gonna fucking laugh at me." He was correct. He said, "I used to have a very expensive BMW, and I fucking crashed it, and it was all smashed up. Honestly, it was not quite a write-off, but it was an absolute fucking state, and it got towed back to my house. And the first thing I did was I washed it." God, out a sponge and a bucket of soapy water. Washed. God, it's completely fucking mangled before calling the garage. It's like someone coming in to A&E. What's happened? He's been stabbed. Right, get a hairdresser. Give him a nice haircut. Welcome to Coffee and Memes.
Steady job and a couple extra potatoes. That's all I want.
You're getting on. You're pushing 30, Slugger. You know, it's time to think about getting some ambition.
Oh, I always figured I'd live a little bit longer without it.
Don't forget, kid, that what you're trying to do here is to be bright and chipper and entertaining and intelligent and sort of glitzy, and that's funny, and it's kind of cool, and it's interesting, and it's edgy, and all of that. It puts that facade of momentary charisma on you, and if you don't play that out, you actually fail.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Trickstar Radio, Brighton's only radio station. No, welcome to Threshold.fm, Coffee and Memes. Chris, our app developer, is bravely getting sassy in the chat. God bless him. What's going on, guys? What is going on? No deal Brexit could lead to increase in dogging in Kent Laybys. Cabinet Minister warns. Who is this mysterious Cabinet Minister? Why is he know so much? Why is he so concerned about dogging? What, dogging just lorry drivers? Yeah, you know what lorry drivers are like. You know, spend enough hours alone on the road. One thing leads to another in a lay-by, and you know, you stack them all together. God knows what kind of sins they could get up to. Yeah, maybe you should get those priests, perhaps, in a light aircraft. Should probably, you know, in the event of a no-deal Brexit, we will be drafting in a fleet of priests in light aircrafts to fly over the queues of lorries and drench them in holy water to stop them from committing the sinful act of dogging in Kent Laybys. Just keep our Kent Laybys free from sin. Okay, guys, let's start a campaign. Let's start a change.org petition. We need to get people behind. We need to take people's minds off the impending doom of Brexit and get them all together behind a good cause. And what better cause than to prevent lorry drivers from 69ing each other in laybys? You know, I think everyone, presumably apart from horny lorry drivers, might be behind that. Personally, I think let them get on with it. You know, I think they've got a tough job. I think that it's you know, it's a lonely, long, lonely road. You know, you get a bad back. Oh, I've always got a bad back. You know, eating crappy food. You know, listening to I guess most lorry drivers listen to InfoWars. I presume they eat all the InfoWars supplements. They eat the InfoWars protein bars. They are on the Alex Jones diet. Basically, it's the Alex Jones diet is to fill yourself full of loony supplements and then sit there and wave your arms around. I'm on it. You might be able to tell. Yeah? Just sitting in a room, losing my fucking mind. And drum and bass is Alex Jones. Dubstep Jesus. The Alex Jones of drum and bass. The Feathery King. It's, yeah, we're here. We're out here. Teen eats own horse after it was put down. Says it was the best meat ever. I bet. Very good for you, horse meat. I mean, it's a good meat. That was a funny thing about those people getting so triggered by there being horse meat in Lidl's lasagna. It's like, that horse meat in there is the best thing that's in that lasagna. It's like, seriously, that should not be the thing you're concerned about in those lasagnas. Seriously. Furious Gran told to pay Egyptian tomboy ex who wooed her with camels $40,000. I mean, you'd be roused off about that. You would be a furious gran if you'd been wooed by an Egyptian toy boy with camels and now you got to fucking cough up the geezer 40 grand. Outrageous. 2 Florida men charged with trying to get an alligator drunk. God bless them. More news on Bella Delphine, everyone's quote-unquote favourite gamer girl. She has revealed more news, more information about her arrest. She says she was arrested because she spray-painted someone's car. Okay, man. Wait, what? She spray-painted it with a Pepe the Clown? Holy shit. Wow. It's like, okay, what's going on here? It's a Clownwell Pepe. Wow. Anyway, there's a tweet here. It looks like it's been removed because it's a screenshot. I'm just going to get straight into this. Bella Delphine, who claimed she was arrested yesterday, so I'll get it up on the screen. My bad. Our gal, Big Bell, the Bellster, the Bellmeister, the Bellmeister, who claimed she was arrested yesterday, 7th of August, now said she was taken in by police after she sprayed someone's car because they allegedly stole her hamster from a party. Wow. I stug STG, this girl. I stug this girl. This girl to my party. I stug this girl to my party. I stug this girl came to my party and stole my hamster. I have no idea why or who the fuck does that. I spray painted I'm gonna guess that says fuck. The fuck out of her car and got arrested. At least I got my hamster back. Okay, so what's give me my... Wow. The flying... What? She has spray painted give me my hamster back on the side of what looks to be a Renault Clio. Or it could be a Punto. I don't know. And then next to it, she's painted a Clownwell Pepe with a shooter. What? So what, Bella... I mean, okay, going on mainstream media woke outrage logic. So what, Bella Delphine's alt-right now? Is that what's going on here? Anyway, let's see what the fucking Metro has to say about this. Not the Metro, Lab Bible. The Instagram star posted on Twitter telling people what had happened to lead her to being arrested. In the post, she included a conversation with the alleged hamster thief where she said... she saw you carrying my hamster outside, but thought it was a joke, but now my hamster's missing, so where the fuck is she? Have you taken her? In response to Bella, real name Mary Bell Krishna, the unknown person said, lol, what are you talking about? I didn't take your hamster outside. Another picture, which was also posted on social media, shows a car spray painted with the word, bitch, give me my hamster back. Just yesterday, Bella shared the news that she had been arrested by the Metropolitan Police. Okay, so they haven't mentioned the Clownwell Pepe, which is interesting. I'm sure they will do. I'm sure this is a fucking gamer, boys. You know, if they'd be all right with it, who cares? Listen, guys, look, that's enough Bella Delphine for now. Let's play some fucking shoe throws. I've got a ridiculous bit for you. Absolutely ridiculous. Has anyone heard this? Memphis and Camo and Crooked Sidewinder. This is a riot. This is all over the goddamn shop. They've thrown absolutely everything at it. They've taken the kitchen sink out, thrown it at whatever DAW they're using. They've then ripped the pipes up from under the floor, thrown them in. They've probably gone down to Builders Merchants, bought a new sink, fucking thrown that at it, got some old sinks from an architectural salvage yard, ground them up into a paste, snorted it and thrown themselves at it. They are going... hard in a fucking paint on this one. This has split people down the middle, hasn't it? Don't tell me that's it. Oh. What, now another fucking 40 seconds of outro? Right, yeah, I mean, just fucking bang it all in, man. I don't know how you're supposed to play that out. Like, where are you supposed to mix it? What's going on? Like, I'm deep. I mean, it does. Are people making records for clubs anymore? So, I don't know. I like it. I think it's great. Yeah, cool. I'm somewhat confused. But I know. I think it's good that people are like. I feel like neurofunk and all of that sort of end of the spectrum was kind of stagnating a little bit, and it was all becoming a little bit neuro by numbers. Neuro by numbers. That's my new alias. Hello, neuro by numbers here. Yeah, and so it does seem now that people are. Well, they've certainly switched up the fucking arrangements, haven't they? No, people doing work, man. Matthieu's Camo and Crooked. It's called Sidewinder. That's a naughty bit label we're on. It's on Vision, yeah. Sidewinder commentary track on the flip of that, which is 18 minutes long. What's going on here then, boys?
To kind of make something that is reminiscent of the late 90s, early 2000s French house vibe. And obviously for that you usually need a good sample, but since the whole sampling thing, is a bit dangerous nowadays, and clearing a sample can take a very long time and can get really expensive. Actually, our approach, and it has been like that for a few years now, is to kind of remake samples, like old samples that we like, and then modify them.
Just use the Gene Miller sample packs. Fine, that's what I do. Easy, mate. Get it around that fucking fiasco. Actually, mate. Yeah. Guys. Okay, let's have a look at actually see what the news article in Kent Online is about this dogging. No deal Brexit could lead to increase in dogging in Kent lay-bys. Cabinet Minister warns. A government minister. Okay, it's not named. Fears traffic jams sparked as a result of a no-deal Brexit could lead on to an unlikely surge in dogging. The Cabinet Minister is said to have confessed his worries for Kent's lay-bys and quiet car parks at last week's Conservative Party conference, the Sunday Times reports. He fears stalled lorry drivers will get bored waiting in their cabs and head out seeking lewd liaisons. One of the things we talk about in these no-deal meetings concerns haulers and their activities. The minister said the main thing is whether they will turn up at the Channel ports with the right paperwork. But there are also dogging hotspots all over the place. And you know how goddamn horny lorry drivers are. They just can't wait to slang that thang. Dogging is the slang term for having sex with strangers or watching others do so in public. Well, in particular areas of public, I mean, it does become cottaging if you do it. For example, if it's in a public toilet, cottaging. If it's in a car park, dogging. You got to be down with these things. I'm not going to name him, but there was a guy who I'm just not going to. Don't know if I don't name any of it. Is it a good story? Well, we'll find out, won't we? Anyway, I used to work at a club in Brighton, and someone I know used to work there also, and they left on bad terms. And the other members of staff in the office had to go through his emails, his work email account to find some stuff, and they found a lot more stuff than they were expecting to, which was strings and strings of emails between him and who turned out to be the UK's premier dogging porn star. She was a canny old lass, gran, I think, a gilf. And she was hot property in the dogging scene. This is going back about at least 10, 15 years ago. But yeah, long string, sending her emails. Oh, you're so beautiful. Well, I love you. You're the best. He was only like 20, 21 at the time. Anyway, I mean, that feels like a young age to have developed such a specific taste in pornography and to be reaching out, you know, to be extending the olive branch to the performers. I mean, I don't know how much work, money, you know, what sort of lifestyle you're capable of leading if you're like the UK's premier female dogging porn star. I don't know, maybe a lot. Sounds like the sort of thing where like the real money's in a sort of side thing, doing the videos a little bit in a way that like no one in drum and bass is very few people in drum and bass are making any significant money out of actually selling music. The money is in gigs. Yeah, so maybe not a lot of money made from the videos. That's a little bit money made on the sort of like fan meet and greets, should we say? Little private bits on the side. Kind of like the ghostwriting, effectively, of the dogging porn world. It's my suspicion. Anyway, the government's Yellow Hammer contingency report warns Kent will face months of congestion and disruption with significant 2.5-day queues at ports. It does not mention dogging, though, the Yellow Hammer contingency report. That is a shame. The fearful minister. Why is he so scared, man? What, like, is that? What would be so bad about some lorry drivers just thrashing it out in a car park? The fearful minister, who believes those delays on transport links to Dover will lead to a rise in activity, is concerned about bored British truckers. Are you actually concerned about them, or are you concerned about their action? Are you scared of gays? Is that your bit? Strays, you might say, for any Nathan Barley fans. Do Europeans even do dogging? He added. There is something deeply British about dogging. Is there? Well, you don't even know whether or not Europeans do it, and you're saying there's something deep. Yeah, it's like fish and chips, dogging. It really is. It's up there with roast dinners, Morris dancers, colonising. It's very, very deeply British. While the cabinet tries to muster less delays at Kent ports, patrols at Pennenden Heath Recreation Ground in Maidstone have been stepped up in a bid to curb dogging and cottaging. Right. Okay. Is that really where? Is that where it all goes down? Woman assaulted as police hunt suspect. Oh, well, this is not the article I was expecting. Police are hunting suspect. Or are they dogging? What's the deal? Yeah, this is an entirely unrelated crime by the looks of things from July. Okay. Well, yeah. Don't know about that. Teen eats her own horse after it's put down and says it was the best meat ever. Pia believes her background of being raised on a farm gives her a more realistic relationship with animals. I imagine it does. Teenager has received death threats, of course, for eating her own horse. She says it was the best way to honour the animal, undoubtedly. Well, you just throw it in the bin? Is your better option? Like, how is it not the better option to eat it and to make use of it? It's dead. She didn't kill it to eat it. Like, I mean, I don't see anything massively wrong with killing a horse to eat it, but, like, you know, don't fucking at me. Nevertheless, it died due to illness. There you go, look. Pia Alden, 18, lost her horse, drifting speed, in 2018 when it was put down due to illness. In a now deleted Facebook post, the keen rider and apprentice chef revealed her family kept fillets of drifting speed in their freezer, writing, if I'm going to eat horse meat, it's going to be my own. Pia described how she prepared the dish, uploading a photo of the meat mixed together with chili and mango, adding, it's not better for the meat to be buried and eaten by worms. Well, I mean, you might be able to make the argument that having it be absorbed into the ground. But I mean, like, great high quality protein there. I mean, presumably a reasonable amount of it had to be thrown away. You're not going to eat the bones, are you? Are you going to eat the bones? Are you going to dine on its spleen and eyeballs? Are you going to go nose to tail with this horsey boy? Will you eat the hooves? Will you be eating the hooves? Will you deep fry the hooves? Chop the hooves up into little bits? Grind the hooves up into powder and snort the hooves? Are we snorting hooves now? What are we doing here? Come on. The teen, his family are farmers in Norway, received huge backlash and even death threats after it was posted on social media. Many wrote that I too deserve to be killed for eating my own horse. One wrote that I should lose the right to have animals. It died of natural causes and they ate it. What? People are fucking morons. Replies included, oh my God, don't have words. This is really awful to do. You probably don't eat your best friend. You do if it's a horse. Anyway, she wrote in the Facebook post, Fredags magga park odlin vis olden ikvelde. Vi ficken gakin tredje. I think it's written in Moomin. I guess. It was Moomin. No, Moomin's for Finnish, aren't they? Not Norwegian. Same thing. Come at me, Scandos. Yeah? That's punching up, right? Is that what? Punches them. The Northern Scandinavians a race? I don't know. Anyway, come on. You can make as many jokes as you want about Scandinavia, can't you? Surely you can. I don't know. With their high standards of living. And very high taxes. Come on. Misfråga med Jagva Raglande den hästen själv omgäg lagar mat av godja hennes. Which means cook my fucking horse, like it or not. It was delicious. Look at that lovely rare bits of horse chunks. I snorted the hooves. What are you going to do about it? Come at me. Come at me, bitches. I'll snort your fucking hooves. Yeah, I'll drink your bathwater, you fat bitch. Wait, what? She's... Oh, that's... Yeah, these Norwegians don't fuck about. Yeah, what are you going to do? Send Varg Veitner over here to get me? I am Varg Veitner. I'm the Varg Veitner of drum and bass. I'm not. Don't have a... There are definitely pictures of Varg Veitner who looking a lot like me. I don't, or the other way around. Come on. It's not a good person to be to look like, I will say. He is a killer and kind of a Nazi, I think. But yeah, some similarities, right? I think it's probably, you know, right? Look, a little bit if I had longer hair, guys. Maybe. I don't know. Look, I should play some more music now before this gets out of hand. Yeah, look, there we go. Right, where are we? Oh, it's all gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's fine. It's all gone. It's all gone. It's all over. We'll all be dead soon. Don't worry. Smooth remix of Urban Dub. It's called Stop. Got Beastie Boys sample in it. It's good fun. He doesn't look homeless. He fucking does look homeless. He lives in a forest now. Yeah, no, you're right. Finland is not part of Scandinavia. But they do sort of think that they are. They like it if you call them Russians. They've had like about 300 wars with Russia over the years and lost them all except one, which was the last one. Man, this is wild. I'm into this. Smash that like button if you enjoy having your genitals put in someone else's mouth. And hit the dislike button if you want Donald Trump to buy the NHS. This is a smooth remix of Urban Dub. It's called Stop. It's called Stop. Stop. This tune is not ready yet. Where's the foghorn? Where are the shitty ragga samples? Yeah, man, that's smooth remix of Urban Dub and Disast. I guess it's off the Twisted EP on Mainframe Recordings on P Swift's label. So that's a bit of fun, isn't it? Robin is saying he has a friend that is involved in a 2-year-long online beef with Varg Vikernes. So that's a bit of fun. In the European History Genetics or something, he has a channel with lots of channels and they slag each other off. I watched some of Varg Vikernes' YouTube videos. He's a prolific YouTuber nowadays because a friend of Jim's always says I look like him and always calls me him for the lols. So I was like, I wonder if he's still in prison. Is he still in prison? So I looked him up. Anyway, he's not in prison anymore because he did stab a guy to death. And it's quite the story, I think. Anyway, he's if anyone doesn't know who he is, he was the leader of he was the front man of a black metal band called Burzum, I think. They're called Burzum, and they were part of that sort of Norwegian black metal. They like to burn church. I might be getting this wrong. Someone can correct me. There was a lot of church burning going on, and then it got a bit killy. And I think he had like a super fan came to his house and knocked on his door, and he was like, oh yeah, come in, and then kept the geezer in his basement for a while. Just, you know. And someone, burning churches. Yeah, there's some church burning. Yeah, they did burn churches. Yeah, he killed his mate's girlfriend. That's right. Anyway, he's out now, and he lives a sort of very libertarian sort of subsistence lifestyle out in the country with his kids and his missus, and does videos like discussing how his ideology, how and where his ideology differs from Nazism. So he's a pleasant character. He's got a history. Yeah, he's I wouldn't want him around mine for Christmas. Let's just put it that way. But yeah, those videos are there if you want to see a very strange, mad individual who lives out in the Scandinavian countryside. Yeah, well, not for me, thanks. Guys, what have we got? Radioactive death beam from Milky Way supermassive black hole. Explosion could be headed for Earth. Scientists warn. 108 shares. Written by Jasper Hamill on the Metro. Okie dokie. Cool. Muck hypocrites. Criticised for all... Oh, this looks much more fun. Here we are. Oh, dear. Naughty. 15,000 shares. This took 2 people to write. Joe Roberts and Lucy Middleton. Muck hypocrites. Criticised for ordering McDonald's during Extinction Rebellion protest. Oh dear, you muck... Oh, come on! Jesus, well, she looks like she looks like she'll be eating McDonald's all the way to the end, doesn't she? What's she got in that bag? It's full of ice cream. Extinction Rebellion protesters have defended themselves after being spotted eating McDonald's. The environmentalists have been criticised for eating the epicentre of mass-produced food while calling for urgent action on climate change. Well, there you go. McDonald's is one of the largest buyers of beef in the world, an industry that was targeted by Extinction Rebellions yesterday. idiots. Meat traders were forced from the famous Smithfields market as activists covered their stalls with fruit and vegetables and shouted, "Beef equals grief." Doesn't really, though, does it? A Metro.co.uk reporter interviewed several protesters outside the McDonald's on Whitehall this morning. One activist defended his decision to order a veggie burger for breakfast, saying the criticism and demonisation of enviro protesters does not invalidate the facts of climate change. Yep. Yeah, it's like, climate change is real. It's like, it reminds me of that Fast Show episode. The Fast Show sketch of Dave Angel, Eco Warrior. Well, he's like giving a speech, and in the background, his missus is just burning some tyres. So you got the Extinction Rebellion, like, just sticking Big Macs down there. Go, it doesn't make climate change any less real. Okay, yeah. Javi, 28, told Metro.co.uk, everyone protesting here is hypocritical because we're all living in this society. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. Why don't you go over to India and tell India's new middle class they're not allowed air conditioning? We run on cars, we run on petrol, we run on buses. Even if you eat only vegan, everything has an impact on the environment. This is correct. How far do you want me to go before I'm not criticised by you? I mean, these are reasonable points, right? Jack, 24, and Rachel, 21, have been here overnight and came to McDonald's for a morning coffee. So, you know, to sort of somewhat take their sides a little bit, like, yeah, I mean, how far do you have to go? I mean, if you want to go out and look, obviously, you know, I'm not denying climate science or anything like that. I think it's, you know, certainly a worthy cause. Much needs to be done in terms of environmental issues, in terms of climate change, in terms of working it all out. It's very, very complicated stuff. It's going to take an enormous amount of resources and time and energy. It has to be put into the right direction. You don't want to spend a huge amount of time, energy, and resources going in the wrong direction, potentially even making stuff worse. You don't know. These things are, you know, things might have side effects. Things might have unintended consequences. The world is complex. Yeah. And, you know, go out and, you know, make your feelings known. There's probably... my concern with Extinction Rebellion is that I feel like they might be doing more harm than good by putting off a lot of people from what is likely a very worthy cause. And I mean, I do sort of see like that it's going to escalate. Like, so obviously, they had about 350 people arrested or something. Like, it will get worse and it will get more violent, even if the original people are all very much about non-violent protest. It will become eventually violent. It will, and someone will eventually die, and there will be possibilities that our government will then take steps to ramp up laws against people protesting and things like this, and it may well lead us down the path of becoming more authoritarian, which I think will be bad. So it's tricky, isn't it? Because if you think, you know, you feel incredibly passionately about a cause and you want to go and glue yourself to the fucking street, because if you think the cause is worthy enough, and I'm sure there are causes worthy enough, but it's a tricky one to do, isn't it? To do it in a way that isn't going to alienate normal people from an important cause. Hey, I don't have any answers. The more I think about it, the fewer answers I think I have. So, you know, do what you got to do, guys. Just, you know, you do you. Yeah, you do you. I'm just going to try and use less plastic. And, I don't know, I bought a bike. Anyway, guys, look, that's boring. It's not boring, you know what I mean. Grand's fury after being told to pay Egyptian toy boy ex who wooed her with fucking camels. 40 grand. This is much more fun. Marilyn Lewis was flattered to be wooed by an Egyptian toy boy. We all would be. But things soon turned sour when they moved back to the UK. No, Mira, I do not want you on my home screen. Smitten, Marilyn Lewis fell for the Egyptian, half her age, but is now counting the heartbreaking 40 grand cost after her desert love turned to dust. Nice. Marilyn ignored family warnings after being swept off her feet by the tour rep who wooed her with free camel rides. Oh, she didn't actually get to keep the camel. She was 50, and a £15 a day guide, Amar Alassa, was just 22. When they met at a Red Sea resort in 2008. A romance began the following year when Marilyn returned to Sharm el-Sheikh, where she and her ex-husband co-owned a villa. Her and Amir wed at the British Embassy in Cairo. You can get married at the embassy. Lovely stuff. In 2009, but things turned sour back in the UK despite Marilyn blowing 30 grand on treats for her new husband. So I don't know what they married for. Marilyn says he turned moody and money-grabbing and went on cougar dating sites. Oh, dear. They eventually divorced in 2014. Now Marilyn, a 61-year-old grand, must pay him 40 grand in a court-ordered divorce settlement. Outrageous. You've got to watch out for these Egyptian toy boys, gals. Pet sitter, Marilyn. Pet sitter, Marilyn, who has daughters aged 34 and 32 and a 21-year-old son, tells the Sunday Mirror, I feel sick. I'm kind and I'm a compassionate person, and it horrifies me to realise my hubby was only after my cash. Behind his charisma is a cold and calculating character. He never loved me. He loved what I could bring him. He mentioned how lucky I was to live in the UK. I brought him here. Now I'm paying the price. Is this being put about as sort of pro-Brexit propaganda? I don't know. What's the deal here? I mean, I'm noticing the timing is rather apt in terms of when the story is... what are they saying here? Don't trust foreigners? Is that the takeaway from this? Revealing how her heart ruled her head, she says, it might sound crazy, but those first dates were the best days of my life. He wooed me like a pro, and I was flattered. Never met anyone who'd made me laugh like that. He was so romantic. It was like a film. He took me to Cairo, gave me camel rides, and one night he stuck candles in the sand and arranged a musician to serenade us. That does sound pretty sweet, actually. I was embarrassed to be with a younger man, but he told me our souls were the same age. He's got the fucking lines, man. He told me he was a male feminist, so I trusted him implicitly. Initially, Alma paid for everything, but soon he told me he wanted a phone and then an iPad, which I bought him, and I often wired him cash. I was happy to oblige him with the odd gift. I even remortgaged my house to buy him stuff. Christ, okay, yeah. Kids must be fucking razzed off. Jesus, can you imagine? Look at that powerful Egyptian physique. Wow. Yeah, he ain't fucking about. Spent thousands on a car and driving lessons for him so he could have a good life here. God, this really goes on. Jesus, there he is. He's building my app, I think. That's what's going on there. God, this really... Fucking hell, this is like a 4,000-word article. It's like a Chuck Tingle novel. Anyway, guys, look, one more tune and then it's the end of the show. 11 o'clock, Power Gen, your friend of mine, is up for 2 hours of good tunes, good news, and good fucking energy. Positive vibes, positive tunes, positive STD results. We've got them all for you. We've goddamn got them all. What are we going to have next? There's another... Let's have that... let's have Tom Finster again. Man, he works in accounts. He's a great guy. And he's due a promotion.
eyes, get no rest, yeah.
Phantom Power by Tom Finster. Tom Finster was just a small boy growing up in a sleepy suburban town like any other. Until one day, he discovered shoe throwers. Mom, look at this! Shoe throwers! Could be. So it does sound like a opening of a Disney film of some kind. I like it. I'm a big fan. I think it could be shoe thrower of the week. Phantom Power by Tom Finster. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Guys, Power Jen is up next at 11 for the good fucking everything. Good everything. All right? She's got it. Yeah, you want it and it's good. She's got it. But it comes at a price. Your earthly soul. Guys, thank you to everyone that is supporting on Patreon. You're wonderful people. You are helping me do this every day. Without you, I wouldn't be able to. It just wouldn't happen. If you want to support on Patreon, go to threshold.fm and go to donate, and you can support the show financially every month, and it would be an enormous help. If you would like a bit of merch to support the show, you can also go to the store on threshold.fm. There are brand new Shoe Throwers Anonymous t-shirts. There are Lobster Death Cult t-shirts. There are normal, there are Lobster Supreme t-shirts, and there are normal logo t-shirts. The hoodies are all gone. The normal white logo t-shirts, they're all gone. The Shoe Thrower t-shirts are selling quick, so do get in on that action if you want. And remember, tonight at 8 o'clock at the Brunswick in Hove, me and Jim are doing a Ranking Radio podcast live. Come down, it's a couple of quid on the door. You can get in and you can see Jim in his entirety and feed him a Fro Bentos. The VIP list is as follows: Greg Cornford, Oliver Hooper, Tom Ryan, Reece Mosson, Squidgy Beats, Pauly Hutton, Ciarán R, Michael Kedzierski, Matty Tomkins, Dave Long, Joel Potter, Colm Murphy, Sam Howard, Tony J, Richard Patterson, Tom Camm, Stephen Harris, Matthieu Boulard, Jeroen Van Thunderbutt, Mike Pye, Lily Unsub, Richard Franks, Thomas Hall, Chode Ryder, John Finison, BDR Crew, Peter Blatchford, Austin Grief, Kubrick, Gennady Lightfield, James Parry, Hendo Bartendo, Lady Squiffington, Liam the Menace, Underwood, Dan fucking Morris, Guy With No STD, Ames MC, Josh Williams, Rob Humphrey, Shibby T, Coco Shiva, Dan from Taran Wilmore, Mr. Pope, Dom Chris, Side Actually Superior, Drum Bass, Kris Breaks, The Bill, Karissa Barthelson, Only Bates, Lee Fuller, D, Janet Jeremy Flaxis, Matt Wright, Grant Sullivan, Tom Robinson, Daz Smasher, Connor Smythe, Kim McCusker, Chris Shaw, Cosmic Wolf, Meatloaf, Nick Brock, Sean Simpson, Robin Cards, Hugh Downer, Sarah Hunt, The Hitchmas, El Tech, Will A, Ben Vogo, Den Tweed, Lupe Salazar, Big Wodge, My Hill, Mighty Danny, Nick Fleming, Carl Lewis, Gordon Liz, Carl Williams, Tom Skipper, unfortunately it's George DC, Anthony Sharp, Claudia Lashmere, Benage, John Marche, Timid, John Foster, Alison Pearson, Godlight, MC Hammer Daddy, Your Mum, Leonardo Gervais, and Big 8. That may have been the best reading of that I've ever done. So a nice way to end the show. Tune in on threshold.fm to Power Gen now for the next 2 hours. You will not regret it. I'm not sorry about the technical difficulties at the beginning of the show. That was deserved by the Dislike Crew. Press D for down with the Dislike Crew. Okay? Guys, I'll see you tomorrow. Some of you I will see tonight. And some of you I'll see tomorrow for more coffee and memes. God bless you. I love you. Goodbye.